If Jennifer says something is over embellished, you are doing way too much. You know, the way she sings, but I ain't gonna talk about that. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, and we're back for another season of The Voice. It is season 13, y'all. My God, can you believe it? Where does time go? It just flies and flies and flies. Blake, Shelton, and Adam Levine are back in their chairs, while Miley Cyrus joins us for her second season, and Jennifer Hudson throws her hat in the ring for the fourth chair. She is the reigning champion on The Voice UK. So I haven't watched any of the spoilers because I do not want to know. I want to hear all of the auditions with fresh ears. Did you watch any of them? Good for you. Please do not post any spoilers down in the comment box or I will delete them. I'm sorry, but I just don't want to know. I just don't want to know, okay? Alright, okay, now we got this straight. Let's get on to the commentary. First up, we had Chris Weaver. He did Try a Little Tenderness by Otis Redding, and he's a worship leader and a drag queen called Nidra Bell. Adam turned before he even got out 2 lines, and then J-Hud also turned. He had such a nice, full, churchy voice and affected some really good riffs and quite a bit of gravel. Miley and Blake also turned around for him, and the 3 of them stood up there watching him. J-Hud also wanted to throw a shoe at him. Y'all know this come from church, so. And she said again because she did it before, and Adam threw his shoes on the stage first. Jennifer, we call her J-Hud. So remember that J-Hud said he sang her right up out of her chair. Then Blake kicked Adam's shoes off the stage. Miley made her pitch about winning with him. Blake told him he'd never won the show with a drag queen. Adam made him get tears in his eyes talking to him about his pitch. And Chris chose Jennifer because they're in such a similar place. Next there was Mitchell Lee. He was 29. He did Hold My Hand by Hootie and the Blowfish. And with this song choice, I was surprised that he wasn't playing guitar. I just felt that guitar driving his voice forward, but he had a nice clear tone with a twang to it, and he worked the stage. Adam, Blake, and J-Hud turned for him about the same time, but Miley was holding out and she never did turn. Adam talked about Darius Rucker and comparing the 2 of them and called Mitchell extremely dynamic. Blake said he sounds country to him. No duh. But Mitchell said he likes rock. J-Hud talked about his energy helping to lift and drive the notes and his comfort on stage, and Mitchell chose Blake for his coach. Next we had Janice Freeman. She was 32. She did Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, and as she started the song out, it was a little too placed and poised for me. She over enunciated, and for me I was like, I needed you to dirty it up a little bit. It needed to be also attacked a little harder. Adam said whoa at one point, and J-Hud and Miley turned for her. By that time she was singing the spit out of it, really giving it something. I felt like it was a nice build, but it kind of needed a little more pop earlier for me. Janice chose Miley for her coach because she wants to be exposed to something totally different. And if you want to be exposed to something totally different, make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know, yes, it's back, it's back, it's back. I'm trying my best to get a little segue going. Thank you so much for watching the commentary. Make sure to let me know what you thought down in the comments, and thank you so much for your thumbs. Next up we had Carrie. She was 17. She did Don't Think Twice It's Alright by Bob Dylan, and she played the guitar and had an affected little girl voice as she started this out, but relaxed into her sound as she got into the song. The coaches were taking their time listening, but she seemed to really just be enjoying performing the song for the audience. No coaches turned for her. Adam said she sounded way beyond her years. Blake called her awesome. Miley called her super cool and super unique, but none of them turned for her. And also, none of them gave her any advice for if she'd come back the next time. So I was kind of wondering, like, what's going on here? Why don't you at least give her some advice or something? Maybe they're just tired of that kind of voice. I don't know. Next up, we had Shi'Ann Jones. She was 15. She did Drown in My Tears by Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, and she hit her first riff, and J-Hud immediately turned for her. She had a strong voice and did a lot of runs that mostly turned out a little messy. Blake turned even though J-Hud was threatening everybody, like, y'all don't turn, don't turn. It stood up. It was like, I was like, okay, girl, don't be so aggressive. Shi'Ann had a crazy range, but was really just singing the song and didn't really sell the song or the lyrics to me. Then she said she was 15 after she finished, and I was like, okay, now I understand. She was nervous, you know, she's young, and she just got up there, was trying her best just to sing the spit out of the song. So I was just hoping, you know, hopefully she'd find a little more playfulness, a little more restraint, a little more this, a little more that, you know, because she has such a powerful instrument and a lot of potential. J-Hud told her that if she had a daughter, it'd be her. Blake told her he was a fan of hers and sold his time on the show and his passion for being her coach. And Shi'Ann chose Jennifer. Of course, who else should she choose? Next up, we had Dave Crosby. He was 30. He did I Will Follow You Into the Dark by Death Cab for Cutie. And he's a YouTuber and sings with his daughter on his channel. He brought out his guitar and produced a breathy tone, almost whispering into the mic. Adam turned for him first and he brought out a little more solid production, then went back to the breathiness. It was nice, the little something that he had going on. I liked his treatment of the lyrics on this. Blake and Miley turned at the last few seconds. Adam said he turned around impulsively and talked about the purity and beauty of his voice. J-Hud asked a question and they brought out his daughter and had her sing her viral song for them, and it was very cute. She was totally on point vocally though. She had them notes stuck. I mean, I was like, go ahead on. She was like, bum, bum, hitting them notes, baby. And she was just no fear. No fear. I love kids. Just no fear. Blake said he wants the daughter on his team, but also said the father's voice sounds like it has his own echo chamber. Dave chose Adam, he said, because he has a daughter also, and he feels like he has a plan for him. Next up, we had a returning contestant, Odiseas. He was 20 years old. He auditioned in season 3, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember him, but I'm going to go back and watch the video that I made and see what I said. He did Papa's Got a Brand New Bag by James Brown, and I wasn't excited when I heard this song choice because it doesn't have the most melody, but he attacked it hard with a big note and really laid into the rhythm to create a good performance, but his hand was shaking so bad at one point I thought he was going to drop the mic, and no coach turned for him. But I just felt like he needed something with a lot more melody going on. You Papa's got all that, you know, no, we want to hear you sing, we want to hear your voice, and it just didn't have enough of that for me. J-Hud said it was too over-characterized and over-embellished, and if Jennifer says something is over-embellished, you are doing way too much, you know, the way she sings, but I ain't gonna talk about that. Adam said they weren't sure what was going on. Miley said she's in love with him. Blake told him that he was into it, but he leaned on the others for his decision. Then there was Ezra Tuaolo. He was 48. He did Rise Up by Andre Day, and he played in the NFL and even had a winning NFL ring. I was like, go ahead on. His voice seemed kind of deep as he was talking, but he had those high notes in him somewhere, because when he started singing, I was like, what? And I didn't feel like he was straining. I wasn't nervous that he wasn't going to be able to hit the notes. He was comfortably relating the lyrics to the audience, and J-Hud turned for him first. And this performance literally had me nodding my head and just feeling the song along with him. Then Blake turned after he held out the long note. He was so happy when he finished though. It made me smile because he looked like he was going to trip and fall sideways or something. I was like, but it was just a wonderful performance, and he really lived out those lyrics on stage, which really touched me. Adam said he could feel his presence as a big dude back there. J-Hud complimented the way he executed the soaring notes and told him he was losing his air. Blake called him a great singer, saying he got 2 servings of talent. And Ezra chose Blake for his coach. Then it just got better and better from there. We had Brandon Scholl. He was 26. He did There's Nothing Holding Me Back by Shawn Mendes, and I love this current song choice, and it has fit his voice so well with all the little R&B inflections he threw in. As soon as he hit the chorus, Adam turned for him, and I liked his energy and his tone, and his embellishments were tasteful as he kind of stalked the stage sockless, right? I was like, he ain't got no socks. He all dressed up with no socks. But anyway, he was kind of losing his breath when J-Hud and Miley turned for him. But this was really, really good. Probably my favorite of the night. J-Hud talked about their related experience starting on a cruise ship. And Adam mentioned that he turned his chair much sooner than anyone else and called him amazing. And Brandon chose Adam because he said he thinks he can help him the most with stage presence, confidence, and overall experience. Then there was Lucas Holiday. He was 26. He did This Woman's Work by Maxwell. And he hit that first falsetto note, and I had chills, I tell you, just chills. Really well-placed notes, and J-Hud was vibing on the sound with her eyes closed, while Adam seemed perplexed. He had good strength as he went down into his chest voice. It was really solid, and then effortlessly just went back up into the falsetto, and he was going back and forth. His transitions were excellent. J-Hud turned for him, and her face fell. She was like, but she was the only one who turned, and I was not happy. I was like, only one turn for that wonderful work? I'm telling you. Miley said amazing, and Blake asked where is the person who was singing the song, right? Adam called him the whitest dude, but said he was amazing. J-Hud then said they need to sing something together, and he started singing a gospel song. I was like, go ahead on, I'm here for it. And they gave me chills. They really did. Of course, J-Hud was trying to out-sing him, but whatever. And in the pimp spot, we had Brooke Simpson. She was 26. She did Stone Cold by Demi Lovato, and her first notes were a little wonky, but she quickly pulled it together and got Blake and Miley to turn for her. J-Hud and Adam also turned for her as she threw all of herself into the song, working the stage. Really powerful vocal with good tone and precise pitch. I loved how she was all into it, whipping her hair and moving, really emotional. J-Hud threw something at her, you know. That's a church thing, y'all. I'm sorry. Adam told her that most people who try to do what she does so effortlessly shouldn't do it, and then Miley cut him off to go up and have her, like, show to her that she was all nervous and stuff like that. J-Hud said she owned the song and she meant the song. Blake said she simply needs an opportunity, and they were going back and forth, really fighting for her for a while. Then Brooke chose Miley for her coach because their spirits are very similar. And that was it for the night. Who was your favorite? Did the contestants make the right coach decisions? We are back. Season 13 already, let me tell you. Make sure to let me know down in the comments who were your favorites of the night. Who did you like? Who didn't you like? You know how we talk if you've been here before. If you haven't, get down in the comments and let's start chatting about the show. Tomorrow night, the show is again at 8 o'clock. 2-hour show, I believe. I will see you then. This is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I am out.